Well, folks, Transfer Special Part 2. Transfer Special Part 2. I've lost my words because it's been one hectic Transfer Special. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I was all over the place on this one. Finding talent, finding guys that can fit into this Porto squad as we attempt to go deep in the Champions League. That is the goal for next season. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hit subscribe, get notified, tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and haters. Let's run the intro! Continuing with the transfer special, and I found this guy, Guillermo Rosas, who looks like a decent little centre-back, actually. If we're comparing him to Gabriel Alonso, who I've made an offer for, the 18-year-old Argentinian we spoke about last time, I think Rosa might be a little bit better. He is 24, though. If we compare Rosa to, let's say, Julio Cesar, similar type of player. Cesar is a better player. How about if we... I know I'm just doing this now. Cho Du-Young. I mean, he's better than Cho. He's miles ahead better than Cho, isn't he? Not his aerial ability, though, as a centre-back. He's not exactly the tallest of players at 180 and 76 and a jumping reach of 12, headering of 12. Not ideal. But as a free transfer, Galatasaray are interested in. I'm gonna take a chance on this guy. I think I'm gonna go for it. He's free transfer. I think he could be potentially quite a good little player for us. Stepping stone. Sure. Okay. We play as ball winning defenders. I'll take that off. I mean, if he's relatively cheap, release clause. I mean, 21 million is not bad for a release clause. Optional extension. I'm not willing to give you 41. I'll give you much less than that. I'll give you about 25. That's a lot of money for a player that I don't think would be much involved in the first team. So I've just added it. I wanted to go to 20 million cap. I had a 10 million cap on there just for the search. Because obviously I'm just getting players that are worth 60 to 70 million. And I've just had a look a bit around. I have had this guy popped up quite a bit, is Alberto, the 19-year-old Spaniard center attacking midfielder. He is a good player, but if we compare him to Raza, who is sort of the same sort of player, you can see Raza's slightly better. Raza is slightly better. We'll keep looking, though. But do find something or find someone that could potentially fill in a spot that we need. Always like to see who teams are bidding on. Like teams like Napoli and Everton and Juventus are interested in Thibaut Hens here, the left winger. We don't really need a left winger. We've got two very, very good left wingers. So that's probably not an option. Looking for some good youngsters that we can bring in as backup options. I need to scout a couple of guys as well by the looks of it. Do our scouts? We've got a couple of A's that our scouts all recommend, which is nice to see. Lucio Coelho here. I mean, as a winger, not that good. Striker, possibly, but we need another striker. I've got Farrell Scott. I've got, not Scott, what's his name? Mark Pierre-Louis as a striker, backup option striker, who I suppose is a good striker. He had a good season last season at Plymouth. 22 goals in 42 games in the championship isn't bad. How much is he worth? He's the type of player that I probably would sell. If I can get 20 million for him, I'd be happy. But if we compare the two, is he an upgrade? I mean, in terms of physicality, speed, and vision and attacking, no. I'm going to have a look around, guys. If I find something good, we'll come back for that. So we've had the offer for Gabriel Alonso accepted. He wants between 10 and 13, which is great. He wants a nice, clear path to first team football, of course. 11. I'll give you 11. 11's fine. 5 year. We give you an extension. 3-year extension essentially means you're here for 8 years. Immediately rejected. Oh, okay. Maybe I should give him a little bit more money if I'm going to keep him for 8 years. We'll come back to him. He's still on my shortlist. Hopefully he will renegotiate quite quickly. But he's definitely a player that I'm interested in. I'm still trying to get rid of some players. Baptista here can go on loan. Yeah, just go on loan. We're still trying to get... So in terms of the squad, we can have a look here. In fact, this screen's a little bit easier for you guys to see. Torrekos is probably a player that I am looking at selling off. He's the only one sort of left, and Emega obviously, but he's got the long-term injury. Van der Meer is also injured, but he's not going anywhere. So essentially, I want to try and get in 2 more players. I want a backup centre-back, definitely. I like having Nunes and Cho, and then maybe a 5th option. Always good to have a little bit of extra depth. I do want another midfielder as well. We've got Amir, Moya, Aletu, and Duath all there. So having a 5th option always does help. So those are the 2 positions that I'm sort of looking at on a bigger scale. And then if we can get an attacking midfielder, someone that we can develop. I like Raza. I think Raza, it has a spot in the team. But, I mean, if we can find someone who's good right now, we can loan him out for another season and hopefully he can get a little bit better as well. In terms of other players, obviously, if the right offers come in, we will sell them. But, guys, I'll be honest with you, I don't think this transfer market is going to get any more exciting than it currently has. I think that's pretty much where we are right now. Of course, Matos is also an option to go. We do have Van der Meer as the backup left back, but obviously Matos isn't in the squad now because he's out for a few weeks. I don't really have any other left backs options. We're kind of short. Maybe if I can get a defender that can play left and right, that might be an option as well. Can have a look at something like that. Guys, we're back. It's been about a week. I've been scouting a couple of youth countries, and Rodrigo Miguel, 17-year-old Argentinian. I mean, just look at that. And he's free. And he is free. I just want to show you how good he is, because he is good. Come on. My hand is just not steady today. There we go. Got it right. I want to compare him with Lisboa. He's the green, right? He's 17. Lisboa is 20. He's going to be a good player. He is definitely going to be a good player. Yeah, we'll loan you out as soon as you come in, get development. 3-year contract, we'll take those out. I'm going to add in an extension, a 3-year extension. Have you for 6 years, and I'll give you 11.25. Wants 12.25. That's fine with me. You can take 12.25, 69,000 signing on fee, compensation of 625,000. That is what we're paying for this dude. You can see I've scouted a whole bunch of people. I'm going to go through this list and just have a look at just the various players. We scouted the Argentinian under 21, Brazilian under 21s, South Africa 21s, England. We've just gone throughout the whole entire world and just looked at the scouting, a whole bunch of them. Joel Rodriguez doesn't look too bad either. You can fully scout him. The rest, we just go through this list, have a look, see. Maybe we find another Miguel sitting somewhere in here. Okay, guys, so Burnley made a loan offer for Cho de Jong. I rejected the loan offer. I said you guys can take him for 10 million, which I think is a very, very good deal. They've accepted the 10 million bid. So if Cho de Jong leaves, do have an option in Alonso. He is someone that I am going to probably bring in. The other player in with that money would probably be Danny Buder. He would probably come in, and you know what? Looking at Buder, 19 years old, he'd probably be starting ahead of Alonso. Not ahead of Cesar, but I think he could be a very good development player to come into that Cesar position. Gabriel Alonso, we're still waiting. I've made a new bid for him. Ideally, I'd probably sign both. I have enough in the transfer kitty. I've got 30 million, going up to 46. So at the moment, there's enough. There's enough in the funds to fund those two players. And I think it all depends if Cho leaves. Miguel also, we're looking at getting him in. I mean, at 17 years old, he looks like he could be absolutely one for the future. Another player that I am looking at is Alfred Barroso from Liverpool, an attacking midfielder who at 39 million would cost a lot of money. But if we just compare him to Domini, who's our first team attacking midfielder, he is very, very good. And there is an argument to say that he is maybe slightly better in the technicals than Tariq. But obviously, at 19 years old, he would be a backup player in that position. But again, 39 million for a backup player might be a little bit out of my budget. Another player that I had a look at who's an attacking midfielder could potentially be good is Aldo here, who looks like he could be a good attacking midfielder and striker, but also 15 million for a backup player might be a little bit too much. Especially my scouts just don't rate him at all. They don't think he's that good. I think on paper he looks very, very good. Sometimes, the star ratings don't mean a thing, to be completely honest, but also he's got no interest in joining me at the moment. But yeah, this is what my shortlist looks like. These are the guys that I've had a look at. These are the guys that I potentially want to sign. Obviously, some of the price tags on this list are ridiculously high. Someone like Warren Zaire-Emery, who would absolutely be amazing. Him and Duath playing in the midfield. He would be absolutely fantastic as a regista. He really, really would. But I don't have 60 million to spend. Maybe if I get the 60 million, I would make that offer. I really would. But I don't have that money at the moment to spend. And unfortunately, we had to spend the money on positions we needed, like our left back. So, yeah, in an ideal world, 10 million from Cho de Jong probably won't make me closer to that 60 million. But if we do sell 2 or 3 other players, maybe some youth players, some players we're not going to be using, we could look at bringing Emery in. But again, that's a big if. Oh, Barcelona have made an offer for Orestes at 28.5 million upfront, 10.5 million over 3 years, and 11.5 after 50 games. This is an insult. 51 million in total is not a bad one, but I'm only getting 28 million upfront. I will take this offer if they give me 80 million upfront. That is what I think Orestes is worth. Renegotiated 53 plus 30%. I mean, give me 71. 57. 69. Nice. And I've done that. 48.5 million for Orestes is a lot of money. Is it worth it? We look at last season. This man has put in performance after performance for Porto. Scored 8 goals last season, 1 man of the match, 29 games played in the league. I think we can get more for him if they must make a better offer. I want at least in the 60s, 60 million for him. And if we get that, that could fund our Emery transfer. Enough to get in Bruder, who would be a really good replacement. We can play Cesar and Bruder up in the centre back and then get in Emery as well, just to add a little bit of extra spice in there. And then maybe we can sell off Aletu. So there is madness to my theory, I guess. Figueira, Mash, both there for the top player. Nice, nice. You'd love to see that. You'd love to see that. Whole bunch of more scout reports coming in. Gonna scan through these quick. Nothing fantastic, hey? Nothing fantastic. And guys, we've got a signing done. Will be joining us on the 2nd of January. Rodrigo Miguel, 17-year-old wonder kid, in my opinion. This man looks super fantastic. Rodrigo Miguel, definitely the future. Look at this man. Look at this man. It's just his passing and off the ball we can work on. But geez, at 17 years old, I think he is going to be an absolutely amazing signing. Better than Munez, the other Colombian that we saw. Was he Colombian? I think it was Colombian. That we tried to pick up, and then he decided to go to Crystal Palace instead. Borussia Dortmund made an offer for Fagir. 7 million. It's worth 28. Total 13. I'm going to take it. 29 years old, not a good player. Tried to get rid of him last season, went on loan instead. The young player, I thought we'd have a little bit more, but Lucas Mash is still there for the young player. I really thought the likes of... is Almeida still qualifying for young player? Where's Almeida? Almeida, there's 21. Yeah, he should still qualify. It's 21. I thought Almeida might be given a bit of a shout when it comes to young player of the year. I thought he had a fantastic season last season. But hey, it happens. Right, guys, I've decided I'm going to make an offer for Danny Buder either way. He's got a minimum release clause of 15 million. So that is what we're going to pop in there. Straight up make offer. 15 million release clause. And I know we haven't sold Cho yet, but I still think having Broader in the team would actually help a lot. And yes, I do the staff meetings. I do them, guys. I do them. You're not going to see them, but I do them. All right. Bruder is interested. Wants to be a squad player, all that breakthrough prospect, which is perfect. This is what my assistant manager suggests we give him, which I kind of like. I want to pop in a 3-year extension on there. I am going to give him a lot more than 14, though. I was thinking around the region of like 22. I can bump up that a little bit as well. Against the 7-year contract, 30. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's fine. That's not bad. For 7 years for 30,000 a week, I like that. Other news, we've got some players going out on loan. And then Hugo Rodriguez leaving the club for 325,000. Never going to break into the first team. He was a right winger, just not great. And he's out of the squad as well. Just one of those fringe players that just never broke into the first team. So there was no reason to actually keep him in. We've got about a little bit over a week before the league starts. Of course, our next episode, we are going to start with the Benfica game, and then our first game of the season against Portimonense, our affiliate team, which will be a fun little game to start off the season as well. Those two games is what I have planned for the next episode. But for now, we still have about a week left of transfers. Hopefully we get something good. I want to leave you guys on a good, positive note. Maybe Danny Bruder is that positive note. Well. Bayern Munich now in for Orestes. 29 million. You guys know the deal. We want at least 60 for him. Going to start up a little bit higher than 60. We're going to start off at 80 with Bayern. 78 with Bayern. Let's see if they'll take that. They're just going to straight up say no. They were like, no, we're not entertaining that. But we do have some good news. Danny Bruder has signed for the club. 19-year-old centre-back. I'm just going to the next screen so we can see all these little details and everything that we have. Fantastic little signing, I think. And I think he would be very, very much welcomed into the squad. Of course, going to train him as a ball-playing defender. He's not great at it, but he's not bad at it. He will definitely be in the first team. We'll sort that out in a jiff. But fantastic signing. Good player for us. Played a couple of games at Dortmund last season. 2 games. Got 1 assist, 720. Hasn't really played other football in his professional career. Is a bit of a punt, but at 15 million, I think he is absolutely going to be fantastic as a backup centre-back for us. And then just as I'm busy scouting players, Paxi Sainez comes up as well. A good left-back, very expensive. I'm going to go through the rest of this list, see if we have any young Portuguese guys coming through. There's 60 ones to go through. I'm just going to go through them, guys. If I find something good, I'll come back to you. Well, I found this guy. Anderson Bueno Vaz. Great name. Fantastic name. Very short player, but his flair of 17, his first touch of 13, his acceleration, agility, and his pace really do excite me. He's 19 years old, attacking midfielder, can play on the right as well. I think he's a very, very good player. He's only worth 13.25 million. I'm going to make an offer on this guy. I like him. I think he could be a good rotation option. Then you get someone like Endrick, who's only 37 million, by the way. And he's something about Endrick in FM24. He just never develops as the world makes him out to be such a great player. And he is a good player. Look at his stats. He is fantastic. But he's not better than what we currently have at the squad, and 120,000 a week on his contract. Is he that good? Benfica want him. I don't really want Endrick. I don't think Endrick is that good, to be completely honest. We're not looking for another goalkeeper at the moment. I'm very happy with Diaz. Jeez, this guy's good. Fully scout him. 28 years old. Play anywhere across the front. I like that. He might be another one we'd look at. Let's negotiate this contract. He wants 68 to 92, which is a little bit on the high side. I am willing to give him. I think he is going to be that good. The release clause, I don't like. 25.5 million. That is not a lot of money for someone I think could be valued much, much higher. Oh, that's going to take that out. I'm willing to give you 85. We can give your agent, we'll try and bribe your agent at 600k. Don't like that. I don't like that. 89. We do 86. We'll do 86. I'll take him for 86, but we might need to renegotiate a contract within the end of the year, by the end of the year, a new contract to try and get rid of that release clause. But I don't like that 25.5 million minimum release clause. He sees Porto as a stepping stone, so maybe, I don't know, that's a tough one. We've got about a week left for the games. Hopefully we'll come back with some good news about Vaz. Hopefully he signs. It's a good deal. It is a good deal. Well, guys, we've got some news. Fagir is leaving the club. 12.75 million. We're getting we're getting 5.25 million into our transfer budget. Not a bad option. He can go. And then in other news, Cho de Jong rejected Burnley. Yep, he rejected Burnley. We've got about 4 days before we take on Benfica. Hopefully, by the 1st of August, I'll have some news for you. If not, I'm going to end the video there. So we'll find out if we get Vaz or not. Well, guys, 30th of July, we've signed Henderson Bueno Vaz. What a player. What a fantastic shooting. We're going to do some shooting as well for him. Need to get him up and ready to go. He is going to be a very, very good player for us. I have big, big hopes on him. That's where we're going to end the video. We've got Benfica coming up next video in the Super Cup. It's another trophy potentially to add to my resume, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys enjoyed the transfer special. We did some good signings. Going to have a quick look at our transfer history. Of course, everything happened this season. We spent 68 million. We sold 66 million in players. We'll just go through those quickly. Of course, Perez, we're actually excluding the Barco selling of 25 million. So add that to 66 million, I guess. And Fosser as well. We sold him. Raul Perez sold for 23.5 million. Neto for 9.5 million. A couple of other small signs. Gilmero for 9, which I think was a huge, huge bonus for us. Varela for 10.75. Another big, big signing. And of course, most recently, Weger for 10 million. A lot of loanees going out. Brought in 5 players. 2 left backs in Elijah van der Meer, 16.5 million for him. The young Dutch 23-year-old, good backup option on our left-hand side. And then our main left-hand side was Marcelio Escobar, 23 million in the end is what it's going to be. He looks like he could be absolutely fantastic already for us. I like him, 24 years old. Van der Meer, unfortunately, didn't see much of him, picked up an injury. Also then signed a centre-back in Danny Buder. Has played a couple of games already for us, looking very, very solid as a centre-back. I think he is definitely one for the future. And then a midfielder in Hossam Amer, who has actually played quite well, did very well for us. Missed a couple of games because he was in international duty with the Egyptian team. So he is an Egyptian 20-year-old, looks like he could be good. He can even play as an attacking midfielder as well, so we have extra options in there. And then speaking of attacking midfielders, probably our signing of the season, I think, Henderson Bueno Vaz. This man looks absolutely fantastic. Does have a release clause of 25.5 million. I don't like that he's fickle, but everything else, I think he is absolutely fantastic player. I'm excited to see how he does. Whether he'll start or not is a different story. We do have Domini in that position, but you guys will have Well, there you have it, guys. We've got our squad. Super excited, especially about that last signing, Vaz. Again, not because of the name, because he is actually a very, very good player. And I feel like he could be the missing link in that sort of rotation option for Domini in the attacking midfielder role. Training him as a striker as well, just to try and give him a little bit of extra, attacking prowess when it comes to his finishing. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of both transfer specials. Let me know of the players that we signed, players that we sold. What would you have done differently? Let me know in the comments. While you're there, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Your boy, the Vuvuzela, is out of here. Peace. Chicken grease.